breaking updates now coming in from Karnataka. Big protest expected today because the talks with the government have failed. The Joint Action Committee of the trade unions of the KSRTC employees, with the support of 5 other labour unions, had called an indefinite strike from today, demanding various demands that they put forward to the state government. The KSRTC employees have demanded a pay hike with effect from the 1st of January 2024, so including arrears, the settlement of the pending salary arrears, wage revision, as well as deputing only the state-run transport corporation to operate electric buses instead of those who are that are deputed by the private players. Now, the Karnataka High Court had directed the Joint Action Committee of the trade unions of Karnataka State Road Transport Corporation employees to put on hold the proposed indefinite strike. Now, the strike is expected to continue from today.
Sir, so the strike will go ahead tomorrow, no, sir? Morning 6 to...
Yes, sir, it will go ahead. It will go ahead.
Across the state?
Across the state. All the night halt routes and all the strike has already commenced in most of the places where there is night service and other things. Tomorrow we will explain to the court and also take a very discreet decision.
So what do you have to say on this? Some are criticizing, saying that there will be inconvenience to commuters and general public. What do you
the commuters will be inconvenienced. We are seeking, we apologize to them. Yeah. And we have been waiting. Listen, the last December we called for strike. Yeah. When CM requested, we withdrew the strike notice. Yeah. And then 15 days ago we gave strike notice.
Negotiation with the government, what is the point which you are like, they are not willing to budge? What is the point of break? So
now, yeah. Our first demand is 38 months arrears. It is very unfortunate that the government has not taken the problems and penuries of transport workers, yeah, who slogged for day and night, yeah, to implement Shakti scheme, which brought such laurel to the, yeah, government, both at national and international level.
My colleagues Imran and Neha Ebale are joining us on the broadcast with the details of how this could impact people in Karnataka. And Imran, you spoke to Vijay Bhaskar as well, who did concede that yes, there will be inconvenience to the people, but we intend to go on with the strike. What are the key demands that they have raised, and what happened with the negotiations with the state government?
Well, yes, they have been negotiating with the government for almost 2 months now, and the key demand is to pay the arrears, which is pending for almost 30 months. And they say that the government budged that they will come to releasing the amount for 14 months, but they have not released the amount. So that's a point break first for them. A deal breaker for them is that the arrears should be paid, which the government has not been paying, is what the Vijay Bhaskar has said. In fact, the impact of it you can see we are at a temple town Dharmasala, where all the buses are grounded here. Many of the hundreds of thousands of tourists, pilgrims come here to this place, and especially for temple tourism. And there has been no buses plying, and many of them are stuck without they didn't know that there has been a bus strike. Let me go to a couple of them to understand. Sir, ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಊರಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ? ಎಷ್ಟು ಯಾವ ಊರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ನೀವು?
ಈಗ ನಾವು ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್. ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗ.
ಎಷ್ಟು ಅವರ್ ಜರ್ನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ?
ಇಲ್ಲಿ 14-15 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ.
ಬಸ್ಸಸ್ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ?
ಬಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ?
ಈ ಬಸ್ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಸರ್, ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ.
So he said that he has to go to Kalaburgi district of Karnataka. From here it's almost 14 hours journey, and he is stuck here because of the strike. ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಇವರು?
ರಾಯಚೂರು ಸರ್.
ರಾಯಚೂರು. ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ?
ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ 14 ತಾಸು ಆಯ್ತಾ.
ಓಕೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಬಸ್ಸಸ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ?
ಬಸ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್.
ಈಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹಣ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್?
So he says that he has to go to Raichur. He was not aware of the strike. It's almost 16 hours journey from here, and he's stuck here. He's wondering what to do now. ನೀವು ಯಾವ್ರನ್ನ ಸರ್?
ನಾವು ರಾಯಚೂರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು.
ರಾಯಚೂರಿಗೆನಾ? ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಗ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಇವಾಗ?
ಏನು ಸರ್, ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಬಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದು ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾಳೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು.
He's saying that he also needs to go to Raichur, which is almost 16 hours distance from here, and he has to wait. Otherwise, strike other means private if possible. Otherwise, he has to wait a whole day here and see what can be done tomorrow. So these are local and other people from rural areas who didn't know aware of our strike are stuck here, and they have to know their option but to stay for one more day in this town and move from here. So like this, hundreds and thousands of commuters, they are affected because of the bus strike. The union said that we had given 15 days advance notice to the government, but the government chose to negotiate only one day before. They put them in a catch-22 situation. It's not us who needs to be blamed. In fact, it's the government who is unwilling to come to accept their demands. And in fact, they say that whatever inconveniences caused to commuters, their apologies for them. What is what the General Secretary of the State Employees and Workers Federation told us, but the onus should be on the government. They were not willing to resolve this issue.
Okay, so they say that the government had enough time, but they did not intervene. In fact, we have a reaction from the Karnataka Minister Ramalinga Reddy as well, who says that the Chief Minister has assured the protesting KSRTC employees that their dues would be cleared. Listen in.
ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಸಭೆಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷತೆ ವಹಿಸಿದ್ರು. ನಮ್ಮ KSRTC ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಅವರು, ಹಾಗೂ NW ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು, ಉಪಾಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ರಿಜ್ವಾನ್ ಅವರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಗೆ ಅವರು ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ಸಭೆಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರು. ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿ ವರ್ಗದವರು ಇದ್ದರು. 1/1/22ರಿಂದ 12 ತಿಂಗಳ 14 ತಿಂಗಳು ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ 718 ಕೋಟಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅವರು ಸಂಘಟನೆಯವರು ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮಗೆ 38 ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೂ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತು 24ರಿಂದ ಪರಿಷ್ಕರಣೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
The BJP, though, has put the blame entirely on the state government, saying this is the result of the Khatakhat model of the Congress government, saying that in wanting to fund the guarantees that they have promised in the elections, there are no funds, and finally it is the people of Karnataka, including the KSRTC employees, who are suffering.
Other transport organizations had presented only 2 demands: to give back 38 months arrears and to consider wage revision from 1/1/24. But after detailed discussions, government was only ready to give 14 months arrears but not 20 months, citing that they have got financial problems. On both counts, government has failed to recognize the genuine demands of SRTCs of Karnataka, which has been in practice from 1958 onwards.
So in this standoff, it is finally the people of Karnataka, the daily commuters, who are suffering, as Imran was talking about as well. Neha is also live with us. And Neha, tell us the impact that is going to have on the people. It's a working day, and yet all the buses are going to be off the roads. What about the negotiations? In fact, the Karnataka High Court had also stepped in. What's the update?
Well, Pratibha, as of now, talking about Bengaluru, public transport, of course, is one of the largest dependent means over here by the people, and right here at the Banashankari bus stand that we're at, one of the biggest bus stands of South Bengaluru, you'd be able to see the manner in which, of course, buses here have come to a grinding halt. While, of course, there are still a few buses that are operating across the city, particularly the BMTC buses, the fact is that primarily majority of the buses now remain grounded, they remain, unoperational, and all this merely because the workers, in fact, the unions have said that their demands have not been met. Remember, this is not the first time. They've, in fact, at least in this year, twice given a band call or given a call for strike and called it off after assurances from the Chief Minister. However, with those promises they're not being fulfilled, they have decided that this time around, even if it means inconvenience to the passengers, that they would go ahead with their strike, that their demands are not being heard. We'll, of course, try and possibly speak to a couple of passengers as well. You'd be able to see, while there are most of the buses here being halted, there are still a few buses, a handful of buses that are operational. As far as the KSRTC buses, of course, are concerned, we've seen that, they have stopped completely. Remember, 38 months of arrears is what these unions are demanding, saying that they've worked for it, that money should rightfully be theirs from the government, and until such time that these arrears are not cleared, there's not going to be any further negotiations with the government. Secondly, they've also now demanded a wage revision as well, which has been long pending, is what they say. And until such time, of course, that these wages are not revised, they are going to continue to remain on strike. Understandably so, of course, passengers across the city today would be stranded across the state of Karnataka as well. Many passengers who are not going to be able to access these bus services.
Okay, all right. Thank you for joining us with those details.